Today we are headed to the demilitarized zone. It is about 2.5 hours away from the base. We have a tour guide that's going to be taking us, driving us, and we're going to be able to see the installation tunnels. We thought we were going to go earlier this week. Some of this has been closed due to COVID, due to holidays, and it's finally open. So the tunnels are what the North Koreans built, and there's 4 tunnels in total. We are going to the 3rd tunnel, which is the largest, and our tour guide has told us that it can transport 30,000 people or soldiers in an hour's period of time, because there's actually a railway built inside the tunnel. The tunnels were found, 3 of the tunnels were found in the 70s. 1 of them was found in 1990. The theory is there's a lot more tunnels that haven't been found yet. So I'm not exactly certain all the things we're going to see. I don't know if I'm able to do a lot of camera work. It'll depend. But we will see and have a view of North Korea from the DMZ. See you later. We are waiting outside of Sirius Station for Andrew. This is basically at the edge of his base, which is Suwon base. He's about 45 minutes from where I'm staying. And we're waiting at the station because it's the easiest place to meet him. Park and I are holding out here. Just ran into the local grocery store, local mini mart, to grab some bottled water for today so we can be ready for the trip. It's going to take us from here about an hour and a half, and then we'll be running tours all day. We may do other things. Don't know how much video, as I said. I'll do what I can. We are at the DMZ. That is the Peace Gondola up there, Visitor Center, and over there is the DMZ Live. So we're going to go see if we can get in. Success. We are in the DMZ, and this is the first day it has been open in over 2 years. So I'm standing here at the base of the 3rd infiltration tunnel. It is the tunnel that South Korea dug and intercepted a North Korean tunnel, the 3rd North Korean tunnel. And we're standing here. We walked down through a very steep tunnel built by South Korea until we got to the North Korean tunnel, and then we dug that tunnel. We walked that tunnel as well. We had hard hats on because it's very low. We had to crouch down the whole time, and we were able to get all the way to the end of the tunnel where you see the DML, which is the the demarcation line of North Korea to South Korea. We got probably, 20 feet from it. You can't get real close, but you can see it, and there's an open window where you can look through and see the demarcation line or see North Korea. We're going to go to another part later where we can actually look outside, not underground, at North Korea, but right now we were doing the tunnels. And this here is just a beautiful garden that is outside of here. So we are at the top of a building that overlooks North and South Korea, the DMZ. It's very windy. We're actually behind the shelter, so it's not too bad. But it's very loud, very windy. What you're looking at behind us is North Korea and South Korea. When they signed the armistice, they had also decided to raise some flags. And so South Korea put a flag up, and North Korea put a flag up a little bit higher than South Korea.
And so South Korea tried to contest them, building a little higher. Then North Korea built theirs a little bit higher, and they've been in competition for quite a while. But South Korea, said we're not going to play this game.
So interesting enough, it actually happens to hold the Guinness record of the highest flagpole. It's North Korea.
You can have a Guinness World Record in North Korea?
I don't know. Of course you can. What do you mean? Yeah. Well, and you can actually see it. We can see it because it's clear for us, but you probably can't see it. But it's behind us out there, and it's on. It looks like a little tiny tower that it's actually on. It doesn't look much like a flagpole because when it's windy, apparently the flag is really heavy, and when it's windy, is the only time it can actually fly in the wind. Most of the time, it just hangs flat. So.
Today we get to see it wave.
It is waving really, really strongly. That is North and South Korea. And here you see the flag waving. It's so windy. So this is North Korean whiskey sold in the DMZ gift shop. It is sold here. It is North Korean, but it is the money that is generated is sent to the UN. The UN benefits from it. It is 45,000 won. The gift shop also has the ability to buy a piece of the barbed wire from the DMZ. Another thing I can buy. We are in one of the 3 villages that actually exist in the DMZ, and there's a lot of rules around living in the DMZ because you're actually a South Korean citizen, but you are not paying taxes. You are part of your permission, and all your authority comes through the UN. So it's very interesting. None of this is taxed, but the product here and the is premium. Is what they keep calling premium. So I'm going to get some Korean Bramble. Apparently, it's supposed to be really, really good. Also, the soybean is very good here. We're probably going to get some soybean ice cream. And this, there's 3 things that are produced here. There are 3 whites: rice, ginseng, and I don't remember the third one now. But there are 3 whites that are produced here that are supposed to be very, very good. And we have 15 minutes to shop, so got to get back to shopping. Apparently, I am buying the Korean Bramble, and what I just learned was that this is also known as this particular the Bramble is known as Korean Viagra. So apparently, I just bought this, and in the middle there is a symbol that means something that I can't even begin to describe about potency. So thought that was interesting. But the third white, I found out, remember what the third white was. The third white is soybean. So there's 3 whites that are produced here in the DMZ: soybean, ginseng, and rice. I'm about ready to try my ice cream. You see there's ice cream right here? We're waiting on the ice cream. It's soybean ice cream, so it's kind of a special thing. I mentioned we're at the DMZ, but wouldn't you know it, they have a full-on carnival, permanent carnival, set up at the DMZ. Very strange, but including a Viking ship, which if you can see it going in the background there, and in the very background, that's the DMZ building, the tourist building. Kind of crazy. I am headed over to the food market to get some lunch. It's customary that the tour guide includes lunch, so he's buying us lunch. We're at a restaurant over here. He called it a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant. There's little tiny stools and kind of a food vendor-ish restaurant. At least I can see a menu and with pictures, and then point at my food, so I know what I'm getting. Our lunch options, we'll be ordering from the pictures and the fine dining. Park, what do we have?
This is a Korean sausage.
Korean sausage.
Yeah, and it's the dumpling with rice cake.
Dumpling and rice cake.
And this one is what is it?
Beef.
Beef. And it's a kind of beef stew.
Okay, beef stew.
And this one is also beef rib stew.
Beef rib stew. And what are the other accoutrements here?
This radish kimchi and this cabbage kimchi and the fish cake and what is radish, and this is can be used for salt, and there is a
salt.
Shrimp.
A little shrimpies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this salt.
When we left the DMZ, we made a game time decision to not go back to Seoul because of the traffic being so bad, and we had to go through Seoul to get back to Pyeongtaek, which gets us back to the base. Instead, we thought we'd come to Nami Island, which is an island a little bit off the beaten path, but on our way to Seoul, and try zip lining. So as you can see, there is a very, very, very large tower behind me that has a zip line. You can see the zip line coming off the tower. And the intent was to come to Nami Island, which is an island that was built because there was a dam in 1944 to control the water. And when they put the dam in, it created an island called Nami Island. So we were going to come to this island, and I'm going to spin around a little bit and show you a little bit about it. It's a cute little town, lots to look around and see. But the intent was to come here and take Andrew ziplining for the first time. I've been ziplining before, but take Andrew ziplining and enjoy this little island, this little town, and a little bit more of like a resorty type of town. Well, turns out no one's at the desk at the zipline place. So we're now here trying to figure out, and you can see our lovely tour guide here, over here, and Andrew, trying to negotiate what's going to happen now. Now that we don't have anyone in the tower to help us, and we don't know if they're just closed temporarily, or if, for dinner, or if they're coming back, or what we do. But either way, it's a beautiful town. The weather's lovely. There's lots to kind of walk around and see, which is what we might be doing. So we're just trying to make plans. But this was our game time decision, and game time decisions, sometimes you have to punt. The ferry is arriving. We're going to get on the ferry to go over to the island. I love a good boat ride. Where we're going is to the island over there, just on the edge over there. I know that because the guide wires from the tower go there, that we were supposed to take, that we're not going to be able to take, but I do smell broiled chicken. I think I smell broiled chicken here. Apparently it's also known for a lot of chicken restaurants, so I suppose that's what we're having for dinner.
This area is called Chicken Town.
It's called Chicken Town. That's what it's called, Chicken Town, based on all the chicken restaurants. So I'm sure that's what we're having for dinner. The island is just stunning. There's so much to look at. Lots of beautiful trees, different gardens, fountains, so much. This is still a little early in the season, but I'm sure it's just stunning all summer long. Over here is the Tomb of Nami. He was wrongly convicted and beheaded along with his parents. Kind of interesting. And then after he died, they realized it was false evidence to convict him. Really pretty area.